Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. I'm excited to play in new makeup today. There are a few things that I've tried once or twice, and there are some that I've tried a couple of times and I haven't shown you, and then there are some that are just brand spanking new. I am so excited to get into it today. I am going to start with this. This is the About Face The Performer Foundation. I did not pick this up when it first launched because I have too much foundation. There's no way I'm ever going to be able to use it all. Thankfully, my oldest and I wear the same shade of foundation, so she'll come and borrow stuff. But I only get to do that with one of my kids, but I still have way too much foundation for two of us. But this is a beautiful, beautiful medium coverage foundation that it looks so skin-like. I really also love this packaging. I mean, I don't know whether it's glass or plastic, but either way, it's giving luxury. And guess what? This is $22. It also has a really nice giant doe foot on here. I'm just gonna take some time to just kind of, spread some around. If you're curious, I have the shade here, L1 Neutral. What I like about this foundation is that it doesn't ever look heavy and it is hydrating, but it's not too dewy. Something really interesting happened in the last week. We went from temperatures like in the 50s to all of a sudden having temperatures in the 80s. It was like 86 degrees today. I don't know. It's spring is like you had like a week of spring and now it's like summer is here. Either way, I think this is going to be one of those that I'm going to be able to wear even though I have combo skin come warmer weather because it has been wearing so nicely, but it doesn't look heavy or thick. The more I try from About Face, the more impressed I am. I have also recently ordered the liquid highlight from this brand. It's not here. It's probably coming tomorrow. And I was like, I wanted it all. But this has been great. I do like the products, the lip products I have from them. I have some lip liners. I have one of their click up kind of lip gloss and stick situations. And my kids have some of their matte paints. Oh man, they're just really, really impressive products. I have been liking them. And so I'm very curious to continue to try it. But for me, the part that is so great is in a affordable foundation. I know $22 seems like that's not affordable. Prices are going up. L'Oreal is in the high teens. Like there's a lot of foundations out there. I used to remember like an expensive foundation was like $12 or $14, not anymore. Now we're pushing 20. This one's 22. This to me wears as well, and the color range is beautiful, like a high-end or luxury foundation. Packaging is beautiful, but it's $22. And I feel like my skin still looks like skin, but it is not dry. It is not heavy. You can still see, freckling through here, but a lot of the redness overall is taken down. I really have been liking this. Got a little bit more of my face on. Just keep in mind, I'm planning on linking everything in the description box down below. The products that you're not watching me apply. I don't want this to be forever long. It might be anyway, but I'm going to try my best. Remember that those links are affiliate links. If you use them, I really appreciate it because it doesn't cost you anything more, but it does help to support my channel through a small commission. But that's up to you. Use them, don't use them, but they're down there. And I will have everything listed that you're not seeing me put on. Okay, the next thing I wanted to put on is this. Around the holidays, during the Black Friday sale, I picked up a couple of things from Sigma. I picked up their Hazy 9-pan eyeshadow palette, and I picked up their Ambiance palette, which tends to be a little bit warmer. Hazy is a little bit cool tone, but with purples. And the truth is, I have been reaching for them, but not as much as I thought I would. And then they recently came out with this cool neutrals. This is brand new. And this is what she looks like. And I was like, oh yes, because there are some warmer shades over here, definitely some cooler shades here. You've got a variety of options. Sigma does make beautiful brushes and they put one in each of their palettes, but the truth is I'm not going to use these brushes today because I got some new brushes. I got a new set of brushes from What's Up Beauty. What's Up Beauty has some amazing, amazing products. They sent these to me, but this is how they come packaged. I wanted to show you. Look Oh, they're so pretty. They're so pretty. So they sent me their 6 detail eye brushes. And I think these are the only 2 right here that aren't 100% white goat. These are a mixture of white goat and synthetic. These guys are all white goat. I had their previous eye set that they sent me as well. And I mean, look, mine are dirty. I use these all the time, and I washed my brushes 4 days ago, so that like all but 2 of these are already dirty. You know your girl's been using them. I use these all the time and I love them. These are those uncut white goat hair, handmade in Japan type of brushes, and you can get them as individuals or you can get a set of 6. And I like that they came out with these more detailed, more precise sizes. They're just a little bit different. So let's create an eye look, and I'll use a combination, but I'll make sure to tell you in the description box down below where you can find these if you're curious. I'm going to start with this shade right here in the middle. It's kind of like a rosy leaning matte shade. Can you believe that as somebody who loves makeup, I had some Sigma brushes, but never any Sigma makeup. And the first makeup I purchased was in late November of last year. I can't believe it's taken me that long to try the formula. Here's the one thing that I realized about the formula. It's very different than what I thought it was going to be. And the reason I say that is because I am used to shadows being a little bit softer. These feel like they're pressed a little bit harder, and not in a bad way. And then that the foils feel dry. I'm used to kind of shimmers and foil shadows feeling a little bit cushy, a little bit buttery. And I was like, oh, I don't like these. And the truth is, I just don't have a lot of eyeshadows that have this type of texture to them. So are they bad? No, actually, they're really nice. They're beautiful. It was just me getting used to something different than what I was used to using. So I feel like I didn't really reach for the 2 palettes I picked up during the Black Friday sale until the last couple of months. I've been wearing the Ambiance palette a little bit more. It's a larger size palette like this, and it has all warm tones, golds, browns, terracottas. It's beautiful. And I realized I really have been liking cooler tones. And I thought when I saw this, it just really caught my attention and I liked it so much. I was like, I think I need it. So first of all, these brushes are amazing. I love how these brushes are like crazy soft and really good at blending things out. And then also like the way that the matte is working is just so nice. This is the pencil brush that comes in the small detail set. This is the R107. I'm going to take that same shade and I'm just going to run it right underneath the lash line here. I'm going to take this R08 and I'm going to use this. It's completely clean, and I'm just going to, I don't want this line down here to be too abrupt, too harsh. So I'm just going to take the time to blend it out. I'm going to use the same brush here, and I'm going to go into this dark shade here. It's not the darkest, it's the second darkest matte. And I'm going to pick a little bit of this up and kind of tap it right here in the outside and then start to blend. I'm going to use this large clean brush, and I'm just going to go over and kind of blend these 2 shades together. I want a really soft diffused edge. I have been using most of the warm shades. Every time I reach for this, I'm reaching for these guys more, and I haven't really kind of leaned into the cool aspect of this, which I think is funny. Like some of these browns can lean a little taupey, but I haven't been using the grays. I haven't been using the cooler metallics, and that's what I wanted to do today. I'm gonna grab some of this color right here, and I think this is the R110. It's kind of like a flat packing brush, which I think is really, really great. And I'm just gonna place this right here in the center of the lid and drag it over the matte gray just a little bit. So I'm going to pick up a mixture of those 2 mattes I had on before and just kind of go over this top part right here, because I feel like as I blink, I am getting some of this sparkle into the crease, and I usually don't mind that, but for this look, I kind of want to minimize that just a little bit. So I'm just going to take some of the matte right over the top here and just kind of blend. I'm going to take this even smaller brush. This is the R11, and it's like a mini of the other one that was the packing brush. I love how small these are, especially if you have small eyes like me. They're kind of narrow, they're pinched in there at the ferrule, but they're kind of flat. I love this type of a brush. I don't think I have one that's this small and this size. And I'm going to take this kind of light violet shade right here, and I'm going to hit that right in the inner corner. I'm going to take that pencil brush and go into the darkest shade right here. And I'm going to use this kind of like along the lash line because I need a little bit of smoke. I'm going to put on some liquid liner, but I feel like I want a little smoky base right close to the lashes before I start doing that. I'm really liking how this eye look came out. I really like this. I like this so much. I really love the colors and these brushes. Like, be still my heart. I love these brushes. I can't wait. This is one of the ones I have been looking for another one of, because I have one from Wayne Goss. It's this exact shape, and he uses it for like tight lining, and I loved that. And the one that I have is like 7, 8 years old, and it's kind of giving up the ghost. So I'm so glad to see this shape. I think Rougher has a shape similar to this, but really short bristles, really, you know, good for just kind of pushing things into the lash line. Excited to have this. What's Up Beauty recently launched a Egyptian Queen collection. They have 2 liquid liners. I love the packaging. It's metal. I love these tall kind of columns, like the grooves in it. Oh, it feels good in the hand. They're metallic. I mean, I don't want to make too much noise with them, but they're so pretty. Love these. I love especially this color here. They have a mixing ball in there. You hear that? If you're going to use these, you want to shake them. So of course they have a black. This black one right here is called Kemet. Look at that. Wow. And of course, the harder you press, the thicker the line. This is a completely vegan formula that is supposed to be water and sweat resistant, and it's not supposed to transfer. So if you normally have product transferring from like your lash line to like here, that's not supposed to happen with this. The other shade they have, this one is called Nebu, and this one is a multi-chrome. She's a few dollars more than the other one, but it's a beautiful kind of blue, green, gold. Oh my goodness, it's so lovely. Here is the multi-chrome. This one is called Nebu. It's one of those, it's kind of hard to see because here it looks gold and it flashes green and blue, but it's absolutely stunning because if I'm looking at it this way, it looks kind of like a beetle wing. Blue, green, yellow, gold. Ah, gorgeous. All right, I'm gonna start with the black one. This is the first time using this. This is a really small, very accurate felt tip liner. Now, here's where I remind you, me and liquid eyeliner, we're not always besties. And this is my lack of skill, because I'm sure that somebody with way better makeup skills than me can just like have an amazing look going on, but I'm gonna do my best. For those of us who are not gifted with liquid liner, I'm doing my best. But here's one eye done. The one thing I'm noticing as I'm looking at it, it's not a complete flat matte. It dries down. They're describing it as a satin finish, and I'm not sure if, because I had to go over it multiple times. The good part about that is it doesn't get dry and crumbly. It doesn't get kind of chunky. It goes over itself really well, but maybe I have so much on there, it still needs a minute to dry. But I'm gonna do the other side and we'll come back. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but I want to use both of them today. So I'm going to take the multi-chrome, and instead of doing like something completely up here, I'm going to go just from the corner of my eye, just underneath, to give it a little bit of a extra sizzle. I feel like I didn't fully commit, but I do really love the way that this looks. I feel like these two together would be absolutely stunning. If you like graphic liner, I think you would like these. The one thing I will tell you, I am more used to a pen style as opposed to kind of like this inkwell style where you're dipping into the pot and pulling it out again. Because sometimes, because it takes me forever, because I'm not really gifted with liquid liner, I feel like I'm trying to finesse it. And if I'm using a pen style, it's just flowing all the way through to the tip. And here I feel like because it takes me forever, I do kind of have it dry out and have to dip back in. Is it the end of the world? No. Something to keep in mind. But if you have a really steady hand and you commit better than I do, you might be able to just in one long pull get a perfect wing. I wanted to wait until I got my eyes done to be able to choose the right shades for the cheeks. I'm going to be reaching into this. This is the new NYX Buttermelt Bronzer. I didn't pick this up right when it was available because nobody had it locally. I wasn't planning on making an Ulta order or a Target order or anything, so I picked it up at my local Target last time I was there. They didn't have the lightest shade, and I'm kind of glad I didn't get the lightest. This is the 02 shade All Butted Up. That's what it's called, but I feel like this is going to be a nice, like, neutrally sort of, not too much, maybe even a little pink leaning. It feels like a cooler bronzer, not quite so. Ooh, it smells kind of sunscreeny. That's weird. Kind of cool though. I feel like this is one of those that, because it is a little on the rosy side, you might actually be able to use this like bronzer and blush. I'm actually really impressed with this. I have been very hit and miss with NYX. Some things are amazing, some things I'm like, wah, wah, so sad. This is actually really nice. I also purchased, not here yet because it's taking forever for the post to get here, but I did get one of the new blushes, and I don't know if I got the right shade. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm trying to opt for cooler blush shades. I feel like I got the right shade, and I'm glad I didn't get the 01 shade, because I feel like had I gotten that, it might have been a little too yellow leaning. And I don't know, I haven't seen them in person, but the shades online kind of had me going, maybe it's a good thing they didn't, because I normally just default to the lightest shade of bronzer. And I feel like because it wasn't in store, it wasn't on the Target display when I was in store, this was the next best thing. And actually, I think this is really a good shade for me. I finished my face with a little bit of, I was calling it blush. It's not really blush. It's the Jones Road bronzer in Dusty Rose. This is a beautiful bronzer, but it's one of those very much like this NYX Butter Bronzer or Buttermelt Bronzer, that I feel like it can actually be used as a blush and a bronzer. Like the shades are a little bit different. This one's definitely a little rosier, but you can see how there is some kind of pinkiness to this. So if you have been curious about this, this is $10. I'm not saying they're identical. Let me swatch them for you though. Here's the Jones Road. Here's the one from NYX. I feel like this one's a little bit more neutral. This one's definitely more rosy, but they have a very similar feel to them. So as I used the NYX one for bronzer, I threw this on top as blush, and I think it looks really nice. I also went over my face with a finishing powder and a little bit of hydration mist just to kind of bring it all together. I am so excited about these. These are new from What's Up Beauty. This is part of their Egyptian Queen collection. They have 3 lipsticks. The packaging for these is stunning. It's metal, it's heavy, it's weighty. It feels so delicious in the hand. And this bright cobalt blue, oh my goodness, stunning. The other thing I love about this, for $23, you get magnetic packaging. Okay, wait till you see the actual bullet itself. Nefertiti there on the front, and every aspect of this bullet has hieroglyphics on it. I mean, what a beautiful bullet. I almost hate to use it, but I have to know. These lipsticks have a soft matte finish, but have a lot of hydrating ingredients in them. So I'm hoping these are going to be comfortable on the lips. This shade here is called Cebu. I love this shade. Okay, let me keep going. I love this color. This pink leaning nude is stunning. I feel like it works really well with the eye look and the shades that I have on my cheeks. This is like the perfect shade. It feels creamy on the lips. It doesn't feel tacky or dry. I feel like it does have very much a matte appearance, and I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this. I want to try the other 2 on, but I might come back to this shade because I feel like it plays perfectly with what I have on my face today. But let's try the other 2. This next shade looks a little peachier. This is the shade Eye of Ra. Here is Eye of Ra. It definitely is a peachier tone, but I feel like I could still wear this shade. I normally don't prefer peach lipsticks on me, but I feel like I could make this one work, especially if I were to incorporate a slightly deeper lip liner and maybe do a little bit of lip contouring, like hit the outer corners with a little bit of depth and then put this on top. I think that would be beautiful. The last shade in this collection is called Ankh, and it seems like a deeper, more terracotta shade. This one is really interesting. I love kind of like these rusty shades. Yeah, I like this. Here is Ankh. I think it's a really beautiful color. This is the sort of color that I would love to pair with kind of like a warm toasty eye, or maybe just like black liner mascara and then kind of like a coral blush, something just very light. This would be a really fun shade during the summer because it is a little bit warmer. It's so beautiful, like nice bronzer, a little bit of corally blush, and this, beautiful. I do think I'm gonna go back to the first one in Cebu because I feel like that kind of nudie pink shade works better with this eye look. I'll be right back. Thank you so much for watching today. Here's what I wanna know. Are the sorts of things that get you excited the things that you can run to your local Ulta or drugstore and pick up? Are you more interested in like eyeshadow palettes? Are eyeshadow palettes still doing it? I mean, I love this, but I know a lot of people say the heyday of eyeshadow palettes is over. I don't know, we'll see. It'll probably circle back around, but I love this cool eyeshadow look. This cool color story is beautiful. I mean, there's worms in there too, but I really, really like this. The other thing is, do products like this that are like beautifully embossed, does this call to you? Like, cause I saw these and first of all, this packaging, yeah. And then beyond that, when I saw the imprint on, there's like, oh, it looks so pretty. I kind of want to know. I probably would have picked one of these up if they hadn't sent them to me. But these are really interesting. I am also so grateful that they sent me their brushes. I have been loving the ones they sent me before in these, but here's where I want you to know, despite the fact that What's Up Beauty sends stuff to me occasionally, I'm still going to be completely honest with you and say, this is working for me. This is not. Maybe everything's going to be like, beautiful. And maybe there's going to be something that doesn't work for me or the way I like to wear makeup. And that's perfectly fine. But you need to know I'm always going to come to you with the honest scoop because prices for makeup just continue to go up. And I don't want to recommend something to you if you use makeup the same way I do and it's not working for me and I'm like, yeah, it's great. No. I want you to know I'm always going to tell you the truth. So keep that in mind. I will do an update on this makeup in a couple of weeks, tell you what I'm reaching for, what I'm not reaching for, have I had any surprises or changes in my opinion. But right now I feel like everything came together really nice. Thank you so much for watching. Have an incredible day and I'll see you again soon.